Connor. Zip ties and duct tape can fix anything. Cody's got some Fruity Pebbles. Smiles for days. Fruity Pebbles and pizza rolls. What more could you want in life?
I mean, really, it's a good diet.
Maybe that's what I gotta do to be skinny.
No, it strengthens your immune system. Mixed in with a good chunk of nicotine and Monsters. Oh, hey, I'm sorry.
You good? Well, hello there. I'm Levon, and this is Lastering. We are in the staging lanes, waiting to get teched. Well, not even. We haven't made it to the staging lanes yet. The line is long, but we're getting ready to get teched in here at Lights Out 13, and the weather is absolutely perfect. This is Tuesday. We've got a test session this afternoon. I think track goes live at 3 o'clock, and we are going to pretty much load up the same tune-up that we put in when we left here last, about exactly a year ago. That was against Tim Slavens on Saturday night, ran a 4.0. We're just gonna get in there and get a baseline because we changed enough stuff. We changed some weights around, moving the oil tank, fuel tank, some stuff around. We're 40 pounds difference from where we were last year, and we need a starting point. So we're going to hopefully put this truck back in the threes a couple times this week, and Larson's gonna be in for a ride. So what do you think?
Zoom.
Zoomy zoom. Off sweet jumps.
We got our first hit under our belt, kicked the tires, shocker. Just definitely a little bit something to get everything back to where we had it last year. We took pretty good notes of everything, but still just a few things that are different, and so getting our feet under us again. We have a different cam in the motor this year, so the truck does, makes more boost at less RPM, so finding that balance on where we need to leave and how the power comes in might take us a couple hits to get it figured out. So made a couple tuning changes for this one, and we're going to go up and try again. The other thing we have to take into consideration is that it's the heat of the day. The track's 107 degrees, which is pretty hot for radial prep, so it's not going to stick as much as it will later tonight. So trying to learn a few things, but also not trying to make too big of a change, knowing that it's the heat of the day and that the track's going to come around some more tonight. So we'll see what happens this go around, and we'll keep going from there.
We're the best radial tire racers ever known. Ryan Milliken ain't shit.
We can go double check that.
I do know that.
We did double check that the other night, right?
I quadruple checked that because I was not. Well, or I could have the line. Yeah, I mean, in essence, I could have that line off the front of the rail because that's where the pressure line is. I could have that routed
to the wrong sensor.
To the wrong one, but man, I could. I can look real quick. Now that it's down,
now that it's down on the ground.
Cody tried sitting on your camera.
Shucks, I did
Larson.
pull the front jack out.
Look at him.
I just said he tried sitting on your camera.
The front clip's on too.
Look at him. Hands crossed. Get him a crown.
Our Hermit's in here.
I'm gonna kick his butt.
Pressure line switched up, or if something else is going on with our nitrous. You know, if we mix things up, we would never do anything. All right, so last pass didn't go any better than the first. Looked at the logs and found a couple things we want to address. So first of all, I had missed changing the front shock settings, so we got that changed now. We added some more pinion angle to get closer to where we were last year. And then we also were seeing that with the nitrous was showing like stage 2 was coming on the launch instead of stage 1. Turns out that was a simple sensor mix up, so we're getting that straightened out and we're gonna go back and try it again here in a bit.
Look at that. Look, Connor, look at that. Look at that.
Just
Rick.
look at it. That's all of
gold.
Cody's jealousy right there.
Fletcher Cox makes my. Now it's a bad rig, man. They're all bad. Look at them. Look at all these things. If you ever has a spicy unit.
Wow.
If you want to know what a dream, like when you're a 5-year-old looking at a bunch of race cars, I mean, you can't really get much better than this, to be honest.
Further, made it 12 inches instead of 10.
More tire wrinkle. There's more bouncy stuff happening, I feel.
Alright, 4 for 4 on kicking the tires. We're going to look at this data real quick, and if we aren't getting enough RPM rise letting off the button, and then we're going to just pull the trans and change the stator. But let's take a look at this data and we will go from there. This might look like a bunch of squiggles, but on the initial move we're seeing the tire come down and grab, and that spike is going to like 2.5 Gs. But then that's basically your static energy in your torque converter that when you let off the button transmission connects the power from the engine to the tire and it whacks the tire, but then that spike is too high and we need to loosen the torque converter, basically take efficiency out of it so that initial spike is not so high because there's too much power there, so it comes down, sticks, and then the G meter falls off, and when it unloads the chassis it just wrinkles it or zings the tire. So we want to be able to launch at a higher RPM so we can keep the boost up but not have as much power go to the tire until the higher RPM. So the less efficiency should make it act more like a rubber band, so you got more cushion to let off the button and it not transfer as much power on the initial hit. So we're going to pull the trans, change the stator in the converter, and go back at it.
20.5 inch for the shift linkage then.
Oh.
Okay, do we drain fluid and keep rolling, or let the fan cool for a minute? I'd say let's, well...
I'll throw a fan up top and drain them. Well, we throw a fan in here against it.
Throw a fan on it and give it 10 minutes?
Yeah. Hold up, that needs to go up more.
I'm stuck. We gotta tip the front forward. Yep.
Up, hold up.
Oh.
You got it. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 10.
It's got some weight to it.
Get this all the way to the edge.
It's just right down there.
The drain is
drain in there for a minute.
Ready?
Go.
Ah.
How dare you?
Let me see that up.
Here.
Yep. Okay. There we go.
Well, that wraps up our first day of testing. We did not get our pass after we changed the stator, went up in the staging lanes, waited for about an hour, and there was like 3 big oil downs and just did not happen for us. So put on the limiter, everything looks good. Got our tune-up loaded, ready for the morning. We're gonna try to be in the staging lanes at 10 a.m. and hopefully we get a good pass tomorrow, because you really got to get it down the track so you have a baseline to work off of. Once you get it down the track one time, you got the data it needs to build off of that. So that's the goal for tomorrow, is get it down the track and then go fast.